Hello and welcome to our lesson on identifying and avoiding pitfalls. This segment will cover process and product pitfalls. In addition to problems that arise when individuals come together as a team, initiating, planning, and executing project work contributes its own set of perils that must be monitored for and addressed to ensure smooth operation. The following pitfalls mainly relate to the processes needed to carry out a project effectively. Although many teams make the opposite mistake, analysis paralysis involves a reluctance to move out of the early planning stage of a project. A fear of failure or accountability, micromanagement, or a problem with no apparent solution may cause this. If a project spends too much time in these stages, it may experience schedule pressure at later stages or even death by planning, an overly complex plan that crushes project work with the process. The fix: if the problem seems unsolvable, prototyping may help. Otherwise, the team may benefit from an incremental process and a willingness to learn from failure. Related: the law of triviality, fear of commitment, design by committee. Law of triviality. Have you ever found your team debating something that doesn't matter? The law of triviality observes that organizations often give disproportionate weight to trivial issues. When planning, make sure the decision process is worth the time. If not, move on. Project leader actions. Analysis paralysis occurs when teams get stuck in the planning stage due to fear of failure, micromanagement, or complex problems. To handle this pitfall, project leaders should encourage an incremental approach to project planning and execution. They should emphasize the importance of learning from failure and prototyping to overcome challenges. Additionally, project leaders should streamline decision-making processes and ensure that time spent on planning is proportional to the importance of the issue at hand. Have you ever participated in a project you felt was destined to fail? Death marches are characterized by unattainable goals or deadlines, unsustainable workloads, and supervisors who seem out of touch with the project team. This type of project environment can have a devastating effect on morale and team member retention. Often, heroes who commit to the project's completion choose to leave soon after it's finished, fearing they will encounter a similar situation. The fix: avoid committing to due dates before estimation and scheduling activities are concluded. Another fix is to increase schedule and tracking visibility to management. Finally, if a death march does occur, you should make an effort to reward successful team members with an incentive that exceeds the price of time and emotions they paid while working on the project. Related: sunk cost, regressive renegotiation. Project leader actions. A death march project is characterized by unattainable goals, unsustainable workloads, and poor management practices. Project leaders can mitigate this pitfall by avoiding premature commitments to deadlines, increasing the visibility of schedules, and tracking them to management. Recognizing and rewarding successful team members post-project completion can help boost morale and mitigate the adverse effects of a death march environment. The early causes of the fire drill include uncertainty around requirements or design, a hesitation to begin, or another early project delay. Later in the project cycle, ambitious or unrealistic goals are set, or priorities are shifted frequently, resulting in constant chaos. In some organizations, fire drills are constantly changing, and a reacting nature is the norm. It should be noted that some team members prefer this chaos because their mediocre work is less likely to be noticed. However, these situations are red flags that should not be ignored at all costs. The fix: short of changing the circumstances, project leader sheltering is the most readily available solution. In this model, progress is internally steadied and better planned. Externally, the leader acts as a single liaison to management and most stakeholders, rationally prioritizing work for the team to mitigate the chaos experienced earlier in the project's life cycle. Related: micromanagement, thrashing. Trashing. Sometimes team members work hard and long but seem to accomplish very little. This is called trashing. This can be expressed as repeated work, misprioritization of effort, low quality work, or burnout of team members. The cure for trashing is a process. A productive leader plans and prioritizes work continuously, watching for trashing and other pitfalls. Project leader actions. Project fire drills result from uncertainty, shifting priorities, and chaotic work environments. Project leaders can address this pitfall by providing stability through effective project leadership. Implementing project leader sheltering, where the leader acts as a liaison to management and prioritizes work for the team, can help mitigate chaos and uncertainty. Additionally, project leaders should watch for signs of trash and continuously prioritize work to maintain focus and productivity. Although many examples exist, the two most common are a lack of proper training and integration procedures for new team members and the ineffective management of contractors. In some cases, project leaders try adding people late in the project, hoping to catch up on missed work, only to find that integrating the new resources leaves the team further behind. The fix: adding resources should be planned with the understanding of when they are needed, how much lead time is required to bring them up to speed, and how much management effort will be needed to utilize them effectively. Related, Brooks Law, social loafing. Social loafing. Have you ever noticed that larger teams sometimes get less done than individual work separately? Studies on this phenomenon, known as social loafing, show that the individual autonomy of working in a group allows individuals to exert less effort than if they worked alone. So, how do you counter this effect? By choosing appropriate motivators and showing participants that their contribution matters. Project leader actions. Adding resources to the team without proper planning and integration procedures can lead to inefficiencies and setbacks. Project leaders should carefully plan resource additions, considering factors such as training, integration, and management effort. Avoiding last-minute additions and ensuring that new resources align with project timelines and objectives are crucial steps in handling this pitfall. This is the end of this segment of our lesson. In the next segment, we shall continue discussing process and product pitfalls. This course is presented to you by South Europe College. Thank you for listening, and see you in our next segment.